Welcome to Liquid Gold. I'm Kenneth Dedmon.
All right, where you need lots of booze to get through the news. It's a booze news spectacular right here on Liquid Gold. My name's Mike Wolf, your host, along with my co-host, the man over here, Kenneth Dedmon. Today we have a very special guest in studio. He's a playlist professional of the highest order. His name is Patrick Goodspeed. Patrick.
It's great being here. This will be fun.
You just heard the toasty crackle of some really nice bubbly here that Kenneth brought. This is Domaine Carneros from Napa. This is aged 3 years in the bottle, and that's really, if you're looking for a good sparkler for the holiday season, get something that's been aged in the bottle like this stuff. Aged in the bottle for 3+ years. Get that bottle conditioning, that toasty crackle, and it's just incredible. We have with us in studio producer extraordinaire Michael Eads. Michael, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic. Little family time, little non-family time.
Excellent.
Everything you could ask for.
We're going to hear a really amazing holiday playlist hack from Michael here in just a second. Why don't you tell us what you're going to get us started with?
Well, there's certain things in the holiday playlist that I will pull that isn't specifically Christmas, but usually will have certain elements to it that still remind me of Christmas, whether it has like sort of those jingle bells or whatnot. But it's also a good time of year that you can kind of indulge in some of the kind of cheesy, sappy type things.
Sure, yeah.
But this is some Alice Coltrane, which for those of you who are used to the Vince Guaraldi album and the Charlie Brown Christmas, like there's a few of these on here that really can round that out, like if you're sick of that or something to add in addition to it.
That's beautiful. What is this? What song?
It is, I'm going to mess up the pronunciation, Turiya and Ramakrishna. Turiya and Ramakrishna.
Very cool.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the epiphany moment in like a 90s sitcom, like when lessons are learned. I could listen to it all night.
Yeah.
It's like a constant, like orgasm of sitcom.
Oh, yeah.
Background music.
Like when someone goes upstairs to do homework and then they like run away, or they like sneak out the window and the mom's like, I thought they were up there doing homework. And then this music plays. Maybe. I don't know.
What were you watching, dude? Like,
I was thinking a mashup of like Family Ties and Saved by the Bell.
They never really did Runaways very well. Everyone always like went and lived behind the shed or something like that. They never really go far.
Right.
It's just like Kevin McAllister realizes the next door neighbor is not evil and that he's been watching out for him all along. This is his contemplative moment.
And he's just shoveling snow?
He's just shoveling snow.
Because there's a lot of fucking snow. Chicago in the winter.
I think that's a lot more accurate to like the humans, like the American psyche than we realize, though.
Definitely. Well, today it's Booze News Spectacular. We're going to catch up on all the booze news we've been missing out on over the last couple weeks. Go back and check out all the archives at weownthistown.net, as well as all the other podcasts going on there, the music show, which is coming up. And you can also find us, thanks to Michael, on our new website, liquidgold.show. It's liquidgold.show. You can find all the shows and see a really cool picture of Kenneth and I crushing a cocktail competition to the point where like people thought we cheated. But it was like, sorry, it's just that good.
It wasn't a competition. We were doing something for charity.
No, it was a competition.
No, it wasn't.
Then how did we win?
We didn't win.
We won a certificate.
No.
Yes, we
everyone
did.
got a certificate.
You're such an asshole.
Wow.
It's true.
He won't even allow us to have that win.
We were doing it was like the Martha O'Brien Center, right?
Right.
We were just it wasn't a competition.
We won first place.
We were just
Were you guys the only ones?
How did we get the certificate?
And you took it as a competition because it was in a basketball gym. You got all hyped.
Did
True
everyone
story.
get a gift certificate?
No.
Well, then you won. If it was only you guys.
We'll go back to the film. We'll go back to the tape. But do check that out.
Well, if you go to liquidgold.show, there's an Easter egg, and then I photoshopped that certificate, and it's a totally different award.
Yeah.
So you really got to zoom in.
So we're gonna have to post the original, I think, or something. But So that's amazing. So lots of booze news stuff to come. As always, follow us on Instagram at liquidgold_pod, and follow everything that's going on with We Own This Town at We Own This Town on Instagram. So Michael, you have a really cool holiday music hack that you were telling us about, and we were like, we must talk about this on the show. So tell us about it.
All right. So there are a lot of professional playlisters that make amazing obscure playlist selections that I totally love and indulge in myself. But a couple years ago, I found this thing called the Kmart Holiday Special. And what it is exactly what it sounds like. Someone has found the in-store holiday music for Kmart from 1975 to early 90s and digitized all of it, and then put it on YouTube and put it on archive.org.
Wow.
And you can listen to, 1983's Kmart in-store holiday music, and it's actually phenomenal. It's actually really good selections.
That's incredible.
And it's intercut with random in-store announcements. So it will remind you that there's no shopping on the store floor. Please go to the, wherever you get your hot dogs at Kmart and go smoke there. But the songs are great. They're mostly instrumental and fairly obscure, at least for my taste. They're fairly obscure. Mm-hmm. And I generally just put that YouTube video on at least 3 times a year and just let it roll. It's about 2 hours long, and it's a phenomenal backdrop.
That's incredible. That would be great for a party. I feel like it's gotten to the point with Christmas music, and a lot of times on like the radio stations that play them, it's just the same ones that get recycled. But this would be an opportunity to go back and listen to something more authentic and something more timeless.
Yeah, and just relive being at Kmart as a kid.
Yeah, right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Blue light specials everywhere.
Do you have a little sample pulled up for us on that?
Yes, I do.
So we're going to hear, this is Kmart. Do we know what year this is?
It says 1974, but I think...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's more.
Oh, yeah. This is like
classic.
David Lynchian kind of.
Yeah, beautiful music, but inside of Kmart, it takes on a different context.
Oh, for sure.
I kind of imagine a Kmart in black and white.
Totally.
It's funny you say
Woolworths
that.
or something.
I don't know how much vaporwave you guys listen to, but it's essentially taking like easy listening stuff and pop stuff, and it's kind of remixed in a way where it kind of makes easy listening and generic music kind of cool. Like it kind of takes some of the best moments and whatnot. But I think it almost came about because so many of the bands when we were younger that used to be alternative kind of became the establishment. So it's almost like kind of the backwards thing where it's like, well, we can take the establishment and make it
No, it's alternative.
a little more alternative.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of cool, but it's weird. But this type of thing where it's like just specifically for like an environment or a place or a feeling, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. So what's the best way to find it?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll also put it in the description for this episode, so anyone can find it very easily.
All right, so you can find it. We'll have a link at weownthistown.net, the Liquid Gold episode file, and then the episode link, and then we'll also have it on liquidgold.show. So incredible. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. I'm
Thanks
going
for
to
that.
leave you now.
All right. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Michael.
Michael's going back into the high-powered sound booth where he perches above a really thick glass
thick,
window, and
bulletproof
stares at us.
plexiglass. That's pretty cool. Kmart's the first place I shoplifted from.
Well, really, what did you shoplift, and was it during the holiday season?
Yeah, definitely during the holidays because I, was shoving shit in my pants, so I needed a jacket to cover it up. Mostly tapes. Led Zeppelin 4. First time I listened to it all the way through, it was a stolen tape.
Nice.
Bunch of Pink Floyd. It was just like those two. I feel like Slippery When Wet as well. Like
Bon Jovi.
Yeah. I think I just stole that to steal it.
Yeah, nobody
Like the
wants
others-
to pay for that.
For the longest time, I was taking the other ones because I didn't have any money for them. And I really wanted them because all the kids already had t-shirts, and I didn't freaking know what the fuck the shit was. So, stole those, and then I got the thrill for it, and then I kept on going back to Kmart for the
Until you
everyday
got
low
busted.
prices. Yeah, like I just started going in there to
The low prices.
I love that we're plugging we can plug a defunct department store.
yeah.
All
So I
right.
did my part.
Yeah. So, Patrick, you're a playlist professional. This is that time of year where you do need music for your holiday gatherings. You need music for, at the bar, and you've been doing the music stuff there for a while. But tell us what makes a good playlist. What are you thinking about? Because I know that you put a lot of thought into it. You've done it for a lot of different bars. You've done it for parties. You DJ. You're Patrick Wayne the Selector
Yes.
as your DJ name. But tell us what makes a good playlist and what things you're thinking about while you put it together.
A lot of what I'm thinking about is the actual place and what would actually be like.
Like the environment.
Yeah, and I know some people don't like Christmas music, and I feel like a lot of times that's because it's force-fed to us. It's not very well edited. It's often the same songs over and over, so you're sick of it, so you never even want to put on that. But there's a lot of great things that, especially for Christmas, that are kind of heartwarming or festive. Something, when we're doing it for the bar, like something that you want to lounge around to with your family or friends that you go out with that isn't annoying. Like, I had to go to the mall. It was even the end of October, but they were already like piping it through, and, they might get a few of them that you want to hear, but you also get a lot of them that you don't want to hear. So I don't want to put anything on the playlist that you're going to hear on the generic radio station or in a mall or in a Walgreens.
Yeah, like the George Michael one, the Paul McCartney one, the Mariah Carey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so much other stuff.
The main one, and I feel like if you're in the mood for those, one of my best friends loves Mariah Carey to pieces. And
I do.
He probably listens to that, at least 30 times every, December. And I think he starts probably in November. But but if you want to hear that, you know where it is. And,
Right.
it isn't going to be hard to find. But if you're cooking for family and friends, like you want something that's going to warm your house, or if you're, working a bar around this time, like maybe having something that's overly annoying isn't going to be what you're going to want to put on. Like, you're not going to want to stay at a place that's just like a lot
over
of
the top, like volume heavy, like
and you want it to feel special. I mean, I think that's one of the things, if you think about as a kid, the lead up to Christmas was almost always better because you're imagining you're getting these like great treasures and cool things that you're going to get. And then, on Christmas Day, most of the time you don't like what you get. So it's,
Yeah, and it's over till your birthday at least. And
yeah. So, you want those things that kind of feel. The jazzier stuff that I'll pull is, quite a bit more elegant, like something that you want to sip on, something, nicer too. Since this is a boozy podcast, like this is also the time of year where, not only do I love having champagne, but it's also one of the only times of year that I will drink scotch or certain things that feel like it's special.
I love the combination this time of year from Step Brothers, when he's super depressed on Christmas Eve and he goes to the Cheesecake Factory, the dad, because he's just fed up with all of it, and he goes to get scotch and cheesecake.
Yeah.
That's a good Christmas time, alone at a bar. That's a good combination.
And for people that don't drink a lot of whiskey, boy, it's really great with dessert. Like bourbons or scotches or whatnot. Like, I love it. You have something like that with a creme brulee or a chocolate cake or whatever it is that your dessert of choice is. So we're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Nice.
Get some scotch.
Yeah, let's do it. Is there one that you could pull from right now that maybe like surprised you or kind of inspired you as you were diving into all this holiday music to, because you've come up with a couple of really amazing holiday playlists, but is there one that really like was like, I didn't expect to find that?
There's a few songs that are just so underplayed and are so awesome And it's criminal how little this is played. This is from the 70s. It's from the Ohio Players. And they have the greatest backup singers in this. And it's one of the most perfectly Christmas songs. Like, they out Boys to Men, Boys to Men. I don't know why it hasn't been redone or covered, but it's just about perfect how it is already. Like,
ooh. Yeah, you love it. It's got that sugary vibe.
oh yeah. Like,
So much of the
feels
holiday
so
stuff
good.
is so saccharine, but like this is nice. This is like nice sugar. This is like the good sugar.
yeah.
It's like the organic sugar.
You know, they're not yelling in your face to pretend to celebrate. It's a little bit nostalgic. But listen when these backup singers come in. It's better than the Chipmunks.
Oh, there's really just one thing we want to say.
Oh,
And
nice.
this is free auto tune and everything. I mean, those are real
so
people.
Good. Yeah. Like,
Happy holiday, girl.
like how is every R&B or boy band group not covered this yet? Like,
It's too hard to sing.
Kin folks coming from everywhere.
so that's one of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I don't even care. There's just one
It's just
thing
so good.
I'm really trying
There's another one that I don't hear very often. That is by Solomon Burke, and it
Great
feels
soul singer, yeah.
it feels as Christmassy as, you know, like the Phil Spector Christmas album. Like, it's just got some wonderful Christmas feels to it. Let's go over to that.
Oh, this is gonna be a groove for me. It's gonna be a little something different, but we're gonna give it to him anyway. Are you ready? Come on.
He sounds like a Solomon.
Yeah.
Christmas. All around the world. For every
He
man,
sits there on like a throne when he sings. He's got a huge suit on, big red suit.
Come on. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, everybody. All
Like,
y'all.
it's like he's inviting you into Christmas.
Yeah.
Like,
Around the world. Something mighty
I don't know if those are church bells in the background or whatever, but just kind of has that.
Present for everyone under one great big Christmas tree.
It's
For every boy
just about perfect.
that wants a brand new
That's
toy.
great.
For every Johnny that wants a car.
For every Johnny that wants a car.
Yes.
Now my little daughter,
Now, you're pretty good at finding like some international gems and looking all over the world for really cool music. Did you
Yeah.
find anything that is like
somebody home.
from a country we've never been to, a country maybe we didn't even know existed, and you found some holiday music from that corner of the world? I'll bet there's something.
There is.
You know, if I could just give out Christmas presents to everyone under one great big.
I would say
You know, I'm even fat enough to be the world's biggest.
another one
And
of the genres that
just say, "Ooh, is that for me?" Come on.
probably gets overlooked at Christmas is some of the more easy listening things from like old era Hollywood and stuff like that. Burt Kaempfert. I think he's from Germany, so it's not quite that far away, but
Burt Kaempfert.
he I think he wrote like Strangers in the Night and a lot of the stuff that
Oh, wow.
Frank Sinatra sings. So if you kind of like your Frank Sinatra type Christmas, like, or Nat King Cole, like he really gets some of these great.
Is this him right here?
Yeah. Like just one of the great composers, conductors. I'm pretty sure Stephen P. Knows of him pretty well. So that was kind of great. There's some other stuff that I found. It's so good. In hip hop, we pretty much have like Christmas and Hollis, Curtis Blow's Christmas rap, and maybe Outcast Players Ball as kind of the main ones.
Rage Against the Machine Christmas album.
Do they have a Christmas album?
Was there a Rage Christmas album?
I daydreamed it once. Santa.
Yeah, right. But off of for those of you out there who like, Jay Dilla and some beats and stuff like that, a few years ago, there's this kind of remixed Christmas that it's called a Rap Vacation Xmas by Mind Design. I think he's on the Stones Throw label, but it's kind of weird, but kind of has these great loungy beats to it. A little bit fragmented, but taking those old, almost like Overlook era hotel type.
This is almost like taking the Kmart soundtrack and and
it's a
messing
lot
with
like
it.
that. Yeah. They did a little remix for Charlie Brown.
I've heard this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's a couple other songs that
Tell us again who's doing this.
Mind Design.
Mind Design.
SGN. I think he's off Stone's Throw. He does a lot of cool stuff, but to get something that's just like tasty and remixed, again, that's not in your face or annoying or shoveled to you, but it still has that kind of feel to it. Another song that's not Christmas by Coop, Koop. Sounds super Christmas. Like, doesn't sound like everything Christmassy.
Totally. Almost sounds like Mariah Carey's about to start singing right here. Yeah.
So it's one of the things when making the playlist that finding some of the singers that are typically heard a lot at Christmas, and kind of rounding them out. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of that Bruce Springsteen Christmas song, but since you're used to hearing him at Christmas time, if you put like I'm on Fire or something like that on, it's almost like his version of Baby It's Cold Outside. But some of those folks that maybe you hear probably too much and pulling like some of their, more nostalgic jams and stuff like that. A lot of, Motown fits in pretty well with a lot of our old favorites. Like, I was thinking about this last night where most of the main Christmas albums that are kind of great from front to back, Charlie Brown Christmas, Elvis's Christmas, Phil Spector's Christmas, like all came out within like 5 years of each other. So that late 50s to early 60s type thing, and a lot of music from that era, Motown and whatnot, kind of fits along with it. So
right, because it was almost Christmassy. It was a lot of major chord, a lot of happy melodies.
Yeah.
It was before things changed as the 60s took hold, and then the Beatles came on and all that, and the Stones. But yeah, music was a little bit more Christmassy then in the early 60s, and I could see how that would work.
And I also don't mind at this time of year, like if you get into some of that Motown gospel stuff, like Aretha Franklin, the Etta James, the Ella Fitzgerald, like even if it's not a Christmas song, like you put that on in December around your house or even at the bar, like it feels good. You've been battling traffic jams and shopping and family and stuff like that, that kind of having some of that soul and gospel stuff. It's the one time a year where I really like it, and it fits in with a lot of the, the other Christmas themes for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys usually listen to as your favorites?
So I do love the just like around the house, you know, when we've got the kids running around, you just kind of want something classic and something that really feels like Christmas. So we love the Elvis record, the one from the 50s, the Elvis Christmas is really good.
That was the one my dad always played.
It's tough to beat that one.
Yeah.
The band's really good on it. The Sinatra stuff, love that.
There's some great James Brown.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Really freaking hopping.
Yeah. That's good for
There's a couple.
a good Christmas party.
What's weird about a lot of his Christmas stuff is like they're like kind of long tracks, and I feel like a lot of Christmas songs tend to be like
There he is.
2 minutes, like real quick. They make their point, they do it again, and then they get out of there and move on to the next one. James Brown just like has some anthems.
Yeah, and I don't know that people know how much he recorded out there in Madison at the Starday recording studio out there. I mean, that was one of his favorite studios.
Like Due West Avenue, right?
Yep, right over there near Gallatin. I think the building is still there.
Oh, wow.
I know they've been talking about refurbishing it or doing something with it, but that was one of his favorite studios right here in Madison.
Supposedly Jimi Hendrix recorded there.
For sure. Yeah, he did sessions there.
There should be a historical monument now.
There should. They should rebuild the studio and make it a thing.
If you guys haven't heard very much, some of the songs get unbelievably beautiful. Like Greg Lake's version of I Believe in Father Christmas. It's funny to think about because like when someone says they don't like Christmas music, it's like, well, Christmas music is in like every genre from, you know, rock to hip hop and jazz and all that kind of stuff. But Greg Lake's version of I Believe in Father Christmas almost sounds like it is Christmas music as its own genre, sort of a thing. Like kind of regal. It's a little bit sentimental, but
it's like a little more real.
Yeah.
It's
like,
a little bit more like, no, this is the real shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how it is.
Like, if you had to play Christmas music for Mozart or something like that, it'd be this would be, you know, something like that. But there's a ton of stuff that just kind of like warms your house and warms your bar that makes you, you know, want to sip on something and hang out with family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know the John Fahey stuff?
Yeah.
That's his Christmas record.
Yeah.
Is incredible. He's got his version of I think Silent Night, and
nice.
He's got some incredible Christmas music that I'd recommend people check out because you don't think of him in terms of Christmas music, but he has a whole album. And then I know he's canceled. Let's talk about somebody who's canceled, full on canceled.
Is he canceled?
Okay,
John
no,
Fahey?
not him.
Oh,
but Mark Kozlik from Sun Kill Moon.
Oh.
He's fully canceled.
From what?
Just being a dick. I think being a dick to the ladies and being sketchy, and you know, I don't know a lot of the story, but I will say he did a really like spiritual Christmas album. I think it's just him in a choir.
Yeah.
In like a church.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Really good Christmas. And he overdubs his voice a lot. He plays some great guitar on it. That's a really cool Christmas album. And then, but my favorite.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't believe it's on the streaming services. You can get it on YouTube. The vinyl record is really hard to find, and usually on eBay for $100 to $200 is Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas. Yeah. That's to me the best Christmas, the greatest Christmas album is his album. You'll remember the song from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Mm-hmm. He's got one of the songs is in there. The title track Spirit of Christmas is in National Lampoon's Christmas movie, so people know that song from that movie. But that whole record called The Spirit of Christmas is incredible. And I think there are CD versions that are a little bit more affordable. You can buy like rare CD versions for $25 or $30. The vinyl will set you back $100 to $200, but it's incredible. So we've every year this time of year, and we've done it recently. My wife and I, we get on eBay. Let's see, is this the year we can get The Spirit of Christmas? And there was a version that was a little bit scratched, but it was coming from Hawaii. And because of everything, we didn't think we'd get it by Christmas. So we're not gonna quite pull the trigger on something that's too expensive like that. But that's a great record. You can listen to it on YouTube.
Excellent.
That's really the best place to find it. So that's my favorite Christmas album.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ray Charles, great, man.
So good.
My first concert.
Really?
Ray Charles, yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was pissed. I'd never heard of him. I was a kid, dude. Like, I was pissed off. And then it was cool.
You're like, why hasn't anyone told me about this?
This was probably pre-Super Bowl commercial
It was
where he did You Got the Right One, Baby.
Yeah. Way before that.
An album in that same time frame that we were just talking about that John Coltrane did, which is essentially, I think it's like an EP, but it's his version of My Favorite Things. Wonderful. If you have to drive to family, it's
His
snowy.
record. Yeah, that's a whole record, right? My Favorite Things.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
that's
he's
such a
got
good record.
A couple of versions of it, and it was kind of when he was exploring a little more free jazz thing. So
Yeah.
his solos aren't quite as gentle as like the Charlie Brown Christmas. But with the chaos of the holidays, like he really nails it. Like you can put it on probably front to back, but even if you're making a Christmas playlist, like he's got a 3-minute version, and he also has like a 13-minute version or something like that. So depending on how much you love John Coltrane, which should be a lot.
This is a great record, yes.
So
I love it.
Yeah, and I didn't even hear of that until like the late 90s, and someone that was driving us around just like put it on, and it was Christmas time, and it was like, how have I not heard this before?
I think that's one of his best albums.
Yeah.
I think it's considered, not on the level of like Love Supreme and all that, and a few of those, but I think it's right there. It's right underneath those.
It's a good reason. And then, I mean, again, you can round it out. If there's other John Coltrane songs that you love, like that's a good time of the year to bring it out. So My Favorite Things, that was done in like a 3/4 time as well. And, Dave Brubeck's Take 5 is in that same type of thing. This is a vocal version. It's called Deck 5 by Saturday's Children. So they're kind of doing this over their version of Dave Brubeck's Take 5. And it kind of has a little bit of organ to it, and it almost can sound like a gothic Christmas, like you would imagine like Dracula or something like that. Kind of this would be his Christmas song.
It's like that Halloween organ. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very like Sun Ra.
Yeah. Another, you can pull stuff from that too, that but you kind of hear this like organ where it's like, oh yeah.
One time I was listening to a Sun Ra live record, and there was something that was soloing, something was taking the lead, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. What the hell is that instrument? And then I was looking on the credits and everything, and I found out it was a vacuum cleaner.
Really?
Yeah.
They were
like a toaster oven or something. Like, yeah.
It's like,
That's funny.
that's like vacuum cleaner shit, man. Amazing.
We can only perform this live with a vacuum cleaner. Just plug it in. Longest extension cord for a vacuum cleaner.
Cool.
He's awesome.
All right, we're going to roll into some booze news.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Shit.
And the time has come. Chow, chow, chow. Booze News Spectacular Year-End Edition. It's the holidays. Kenneth, what's booze-worthy out there?
Holy shit, Mike. Where do y'all want to start? There's a lot. There's a lot. Let's get Florida out of the way. I kind of want to retire.
The Florida Files. Here we go with the Florida Files. Kicking it off.
I lucked out on this one. It was like current, like right before we got in here in the studio. Apparently, a lady on a appropriately named Spirit Airlines flight from Fort Lauderdale to Nashville attacked a stewardess. Just she wouldn't serve her any more alcohol. Punched her in the face. Pulled
poor stewardess.
another stewardess's hair and was oddly like was restrained by a passenger that had zip ties on him. Like.
Wow.
No one like there's no development in the story about where zip ties came from, but
What they were supposed to be used for.
I don't know. Maybe they just have them. Like
It's like a
Yeah.
weapon you just bring with you. Like
Maybe flight attendants.
we always have a corkscrew
like-
in our pocket.
like in a action movie where like someone throws you an extra clip for your gun.
Because they always
Flight
just have one.
attendants just like throwing around zip ties. I don't know.
That's
Probably would be good to have.
42-year-old Karen. I'm assuming.
Is her name really
Was-
Karen? Because that would be amazing.
No, they
Okay.
didn't release her name quite yet. She was just getting booked on the way in the door here. She was detained by Nashville International Airport Police. They're not called BNA police. The airport's BNA,
Yep.
but officially the police are Nashville International Airport Police.
Wow. I haven't seen that
Like
hat. The
security.
NIAP. That's probably a tough hat to get.
Drew Bledsoe, a former quarterback, just bought 80 acres of Pinot Noir primed real estate in Oregon,
Nice.
following the trend of C.J. McCollum, a Portland Trailblazer, who has a Pinot Noir vineyard, as well as Channing Frye and Kevin Love. They both own the Chosen family winery, all in Willamette Valley, taking over.
Yeah, a lot of the NBA players have gotten into wine. Dwayne Wade, he has a wine. Carmelo Anthony's way into wine. And a lot-
LeBron's super into it.
Yeah, LeBron, I think he's got a wine somewhere, steak in one. But yeah, it's definitely been a trend the last 10 years or so.
Well,
And
it's
more so the last
I
5.
guess it's a dope. It's dope residual because it's property, probably more than anything else. Property's probably better than like fucking gold right
Well,
now.
they can, yeah, and they can like change labels around too. They probably like the flexibility of that. They can be like, well, I can do this on my label, but we can sell this to another label. You get some
I
flexibility.
mean, they don't
there.
do. They
What
don't
do
do
we
shit.
need to buy a
they don't do
winery?
shit. They just own it. Like, I mean, they really just like lease it out to like a professional
Right.
who promises to make a return for them. And
But I know
Dope.
Dwayne Wade, he like has his own label, so it's like, they can probably work together, and
what's that label called?
Wade wines.
Wait, yeah, I'm already kind of speculating. Welcome to Dwayne Country.
let's get one of our producers on that. When you try to search for Dwayne Wade wine, what comes up like before wine is Wingspan.
Oh yeah,
This very NBA player. So it's Wade Cellars, 3 by Wade. And it's winemaker Jason Pallmeyer. He's bringing the knowledge and the passion. And they do iconic wines of California. Wade Cellars.
Iconic.
Shout
wines.
out. Yeah.
All right.
I'll make some Americanos.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Do you want to get through tequila real quick?
yeah.
All right.
Tequila
and,
tales.
and then we'll pick up on whiskey. So, Patron XO canceled. It's over.
Oh,
Is it really?
Canceled
Yeah.
like Mark Kozlik.
Yeah. Tequila is too expensive now for them to waste it. It's kind of like kind of what they announced. Even though like it wasn't like a top seller for them, it had a really big rally during the pandemic due to the increasing cost of just producing tequila. I guess they just don't want to waste the distillate on coffee, and you could fucking do it at home on your own too.
True.
Probably way better. Like
Oh, I got a good. I have a good follow up. Agave follow up.
oh yeah, is it about Travis Scott?
Nope.
Well, he's gotten sued.
But
Y'all know that, right?
Tequila's
Is
about
this
to.
from his fire?
No, you would think because of all
no-
the people died.
Sorry, the fight.
No, totally like separate lawsuit. He has like a agave flavored like what do you call it? Like a seltzer, like a
little canned cocktail
claw.
action?
Like he's got his own claw.
Got his own claw.
Yeah. It's called Cacti. Apparently getting sued in Arkansas for false advertisement because his product's like sweetened with agave, and there's some sort of like public purchasing group that is suing him because they say it's misleading, that it doesn't say that it's sweetened by agave. It's just like it says it's an agave beverage, which it is sweetened with agave, but the
just people in
alcohol in it
Arkansas?
is like fermented cane.
Oh.
Interesting. I've got a little tequila follow-up for you. So agave and tequila in general have a new agricultural frontier. Okay? So this is from Forbes. They did a story here in the last couple weeks where they mentioned how between 2000 and 2020, production of tequila in Mexico increased from 181.6 million liters up to 374 million liters. More significant is the fact that production of 100% blue agave soared from 25 million liters to 228 million liters, a 9-fold increase. So people have been looking for other areas to grow agave. Where else can we grow this agave? Enter
Australia.
Whoa.
You weren't going to cover that, were you? I'm not.
No, we covered it on Booze News like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
because,
Australia's opening up this whole new frontier for agave. So
they're
kind of
hard,
interesting.
It's hard to like pollinate them. So you have to have like the right environment to begin with, but you can't like
you got to have which animal?
Bats.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to have.
What do the bats do?
They pollinate the agave. They're the only.
They
they're
go
the
around,
only
they
thing
go
that
around
will.
and eat the blooms, which happen incredibly rarely.
Yeah.
It's actually at the end of the agave's life. So
Yeah.
you have to have a blooming agave to begin with. So you have to have this huge property. It's got to be like the right soil, we'll say, because different agaves could grow at different elevations and shit. But like you have to have bats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably got to have like caves or some sort of the little bat houses people build,
Yeah.
which they're probably not doing out in the middle of the desert.
Like bat, you need
So you probably need to have a cave.
You need bat caves.
Yeah.
So you need superheroes. You need Australian superheroes.
It's fucking complicated shit.
You know
We're blowing his mind over here.
The guy that plays Thor is Australian.
Yeah. It's like
So that's what you need, Patrick. The agave will it blooms anywhere from 15 years to like 40 years. It just
Okay.
depends. So you need a large property that's
I thought it was like 7 years in Mexico. or is
some
that
of them, yeah.
Like every 7 years.
There are a lot of different kinds, for sure, and they grow well at different environments, and
Yeah, I wonder.
it's there. Like,
Yeah.
just leave it the fuck alone. Corn, people be spraying pesticides on them and shit, like
Oh yeah.
irrigating, fucking like tapping into water supplies, shit like that, wrecking shit every year. They do it every year,
That's awful.
every year.
I've noticed.
Corn.
Since we're talking about corn, may as well talk about bourbon a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to move? You want to move into like whiskey news?
Oh yeah.
This is fucking solid. Mike's fucking making us drinks.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss out, dude. Did you hear Heaven Hill? A few days ago, released a statement. Not involving.
He's chill. He won't do anything. He might be biting your knee.
He took a nap last time he was over at my house. Just like found a spot on a chair. That's hilarious. Just napped away.
So Heaven Hill has released a statement in response to Rittenhouse Rye being celebrated in lieu of the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict.
I told Nick to stop carrying Rittenhouse. And I like Rittenhouse, but it's kind of like Corona beer after the coronavirus. Like, it's just.
Let me read their statement.
Which we covered. We covered that in February of 2020, I remember. Oh, yeah.
This is posted to Heaven Hill's website on November the 24th.
Yeah.
We have been disheartened to learn that some individuals and businesses have been using Rittenhouse Rye whiskey brand to celebrate the Kyle Rittenhouse case verdict. There is no link between our Rittenhouse Rye brand, which was started post-prohibition to commemorate Rittenhouse Square, and this case. Company said there's no
Was that
cause.
Kentucky or country Pennsylvania?
I don't know. Like
Your
they
accent.
they treat their employees like like shit. So I kind of wanted to make them sound like idiots.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, they kind of won 1 point from me. The company said that there is no cause for celebration. Following the incident, lives were lost. People were left deeply affected. They also went on to say that the world needs to take a deep reflection on how people can make the world a more peaceful, respectful place for all.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a good sentiment.
They went hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. As everybody still switches to Pikesville and Wild Turkey 101.
I think most people were.
Which, if they switched to Pikesville, it'd be the same stuff. It'd be aged longer and
I don't know what the
a little higher
hot
proof.
rye-
It'd be the same juice, right?
I feel like I just sell
It's good, though.
Willet rye anyway.
Oh.
I don't fuck with many other ryes unless there's something like closer for me to grab.
Something for the bartenders. Don't necessarily let people know you've got what you've got from the bottom. I think Kenneth starts from the top, which is smart.
Yeah,
You know, Kenneth sells $22 old fashions.
that's
So
yeah, it's like parachuting. You know,
Yeah.
start from the top.
it's a lot more fun when you're up there. When you get down, you just want to get up there again. You know?
Yeah. I revisited an old friend. If you're looking for a good rye out there,
Yeah.
the old Michter's rye.
Yeah, Michter's
That's
rye is
the
great.
Michter's rye.
It's a single barrel.
The cool thing, it's a single barrel, and it's one of the because you got Knob Creek rye, which is easy to find, which is always great in a Manhattan.
Fauxon.
But I like how Michter's rye is lower proof. It's really like a nice sipper. That's not going to.
I'm
like it might
surprised
not be the one you want to mix in a Manhattan,
Yeah.
but on its own, straight,
Oh,
it's
delicious.
so good. So
Cool.
if you're looking for something to sip on its own or make like a really nice old fashioned that you want to go light on the bitters, light on the sweetness, because so much flavor, it's so light, and I love that.
The Michter's American as well is one of my favorites.
a nice one.
That's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I think it's like a third rye, a third corn, and a third wheat or something like that.
Yeah,
It's a-
that's
why
how
they don't call
bored.
it a
That's
rye.
how
It's
bored
Something
the
like
whiskey.
a blend of their
That's how bored the whiskey industry got. They're like, no, we got this thing called American whiskey. And you're like, wait, I thought it was all American. No, this is a mix of this thing over here and then Warehouse 8D and then Warehouse 6. You can't find it anywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
it's like that ice cream.
It's whiskey and bourbon just getting bored.
You know the ice cream? It's
Yeah.
like chocolate and vanilla and strawberry.
Yeah, that strawberry one
It's all
always
in
ruins
one.
it.
You think so? Fucking
Is
freak.
that too much? Sounds like too much.
All right, dude. Like,
It seems like
you want to go on vacation?
with that amount of people,
Your frame, like, I think, like, you get more selfish the more you do it. The more you buy, the more you keep.
It's like crypto.
Yeah. That they made a whole movie about that.
All right.
Scarface.
Lost Boys? Oh.
Lost Boys. Oh shit. All right.
What else is booze-worthy
That was
out
the
there?
end. The EU has lifted the tariffs, the 25% tariffs on American spirits
Oh.
as of this week, which is pretty big news because it was a retaliatory tariff against a Trump tariff on, or the United States tariff on European steels being imported to the United States. That was lifted, and in good faith, the EU has lifted the whiskey ban, the whiskey tariff. Except since Brexit has officially occurred, the UK has not repelled it just yet,
Interesting.
nor is it expected anytime soon.
Do they like very many American spirits because they're so close to like Ireland and Scotland that has their own kind of whiskeys? Do they really get that much down with
Oh,
bourbon?
yeah. They get way down with bourbon, Jack Daniels.
You were talking about getting scotch.
Oh, yeah. But I only get it like this time of year, like between now and
Maybe it's the same.
yeah.
No, I think bourbon and Jack Daniels are popular out there.
Yeah, I don't feel like
They got the bourbon boom there
Not
later
at
than we did, but they're
25%
still.
extra.
I haven't
They're
been.
still way
I haven't
into
been over there to the UK or the Republic since like 2008. Shit, let's blow through these real quick. Aldi Foods is releasing an espresso martini cheese.
Whoa!
Wait, can you say that again?
Did you wait?
Espresso,
Wait.
espresso
Oh, yeah.
martini
Espresso
cheese.
martini. Wake me up.
Because we could
and fuck
even
me up, but
it was
go-
back when we were all three of us were working together with Jess,
Yeah.
and it got all weird with coffee and Amaros and stuff like that. We were way ahead of that.
Yeah, but you can go back. Let me just say, you can go back in the archives. Go to weownthistown.net or especially go to liquidgold.show.
Oh yeah, we do have an episode about it.
And you can find our episode on Espresso Martini, which I think is one of our finest episodes.
Yeah.
It's a good one. The Summer of Shots.
Yeah, Patrick, you should listen to it.
2019, I believe.
Yeah, it'll be a Wensleydale style. Oh my gosh! Well, like all
But
the
tell me about
all
this
the-
cheese. So it's an espresso martini cheese. Huh.
Yes.
What?
I don't think of espresso martinis as martinis, other than the glass.
I imagine it's just like gonna add bitter.
It's
like,
more an idea than
it's a bitter. It's a bitter element that they're gonna throw into the cheese. It's like a crumbly cheese. So that, like how like they throw ash into cheese.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they have that vein of ash.
Is it the Comte?
I don't know. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like
Hurrah.
Aldi every year does like some weird
Cheese.
like specialty holiday cheese. Like they
Yeah.
have some other like a Jamaican spice honey rum cheese as well. That was like out like last year. So,
Jesus, they are really throwing ideas
I thought
against
Aldi
the wall
was like
and seeing
gone.
if they can
like,
be cheese.
Isn't that one in East Nashville gone?
Can we talk about the guy who became viral, a viral sensation, as people like to do now on the internet?
The alligator beer guy?
Yeah, the guy who had an alligator open a beer. He had an alligator open a beer with his teeth, and the guy like willed it to happen. He made it happen. He gave the alligator the beer. So he easily could have got his arm ripped off, but the alligator just opens the beer with the teeth. That's Florida.
Yeah.
That was a good like
That's Florida.
the Florida Files.
Well, Michigan news, Patrick. Bell's, Bell's sold.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Ooh.
Bell sold to Lion Brands, which owns New Belgium in Colorado.
Oh yeah. Fat Tire.
They're kind of like internationally, it's Kieran Brands, but
yeah.
Lion's brand is the U.S. And then I think that they're trying to make the Bell's brand a New Belgium merger of some sort.
Jesus.
Like Bell's is in like
Don't
43
fuck with it
states.
if it ain't broke, man.
The-
Bell's is
the
so
owner-
good. They
the
do
owner's
such
like-
good work.
The owner's like dying. I think he's just trying to retire. Some
Yeah.
shit like that. But
That was one of the original West Michigan beer brands from, it's been around
they're going to
since
be
before
bigger.
they were known
I
as
still
like a
think that's
beer
the
city.
best. I think that's the best Pilsner made in America.
Oh,
is the
yeah.
Lager of the Lakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
we
good.
we
I
went
get that
through.
in a
we
can
did all
over
have
at the
that
turnip truck.
together.
We
yeah,
went.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we went through. We did Pilsner Roundup. I don't think it was last summer. I think it was the summer before. We did
Yeah.
a huge Pilsner Roundup where I thought that was my favorite. But I thought, okay, I'm going to go through. I'm going to taste all these different Pilsners.
Yeah.
And we loved our friends at Southern Grist.
Yep.
Their Crispy Pils was great. It was
Yep.
super good. We absolutely loved Blackberry Farms. Their Pilsner is amazing.
Hang
But
on.
I don't
just
think
to
you
plug,
can beat. I don't think you can beat the Bell's Lager of the Lakes.
You cannot. I
It's
agree.
incredible.
There's two that I
So let's
love.
hope that lives on. Yeah. What else do you like?
Brooklyn Beers makes a good Pilsner, and I like Lagunitas. I think they do great ones.
Easy.
And I kind of like both of those brands, like almost everything they do. Like I kind of started with their IPAs, but in the summer when it's too hot and my palate just doesn't want anything like that bitter, Bell's, Lagunitas, and Brooklyn Pilsner.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Kevin and Jared, who are opening their new tap room next week, I believe.
Yeah, right there in the 700 block of Douglas, right there near Ellington Parkway and Douglas, the new location
course.
of Southern Grist.
Leave the neighborhood.
Coming soon.
It gets nicer. Once I leave the neighborhood, it gets a lot nicer.
Yeah.
All right, we got a rapid fire here, you guys.
What else we got that's booze worthy?
Oh, holy shit.
So much.
Gonna round up whiskey here. Johnny Walker,
Yeah.
200-year-old company, has named its first female master distiller.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Emma Walker, who's been working for Diageo brands for a little over 16
Wait,
years.
is her last name really Walker?
Yes,
That's cool.
it is.
Is she part of the family
Not
or?
unrelated? Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad you picked up
How
on that.
much did that affect, do you think, their decision?
I don't know.
If they had a neck and neck, it's like, oh, by the
she'd
way,
been with the company
my last
for-
name's Walker.
for 6 years.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's
We would.
a guy.
We're terrible.
Yeah.
We apologize. Shout out. Congrats, Dr. Walker. And speaking of
great
Walker,
name. Dr.
we have our friend Lindsay Walker
yeah.
of Walker Jewelry.
Yes. one of
Walker
our-
Jewelry. Find them in Old Hickory, Tennessee. And if you're looking for jewelry for the holidays, let's throw a shout out to Walker Jewelry right there.
You got the
Hold on,
address
hold on.
there, Mike.
Right there at 105 24th Street, Unit B in Old Hickory, Tennessee. Just right across the river there. Let's throw their hours out. Wednesday, 12 to 5. Thursday, 12 to 5. Friday, 12 to 5. Only open by appointment. Other than that, you can call them at 615-522-1451. Find them at walkerjewelry.com. What else they got going on over there?
Lindsay Walker is happy, very, very happy to announce that they're doing gift cards for this holiday season.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. So maybe you can't pick out the right thing of jewelry. You're too self-conscious about it. Buy the gift card. You can still get something
It's
personalized.
honestly like you get a gift
all
card. You get a gift card for a jewelry class. Say you got Mike. You're in a relationship. You have do you double date ever? Do y'all do that? That's
It's
kind of a
tough
weird
because
thing.
it's hard enough to get a babysitter and like line it all up, get the reservation.
Because
Like, throw another
you're
couple
real
into
people.
it.
Yeah, you're real people. But there's a lot of like
lot of fake
weird
people
people out there that like go out
Couples
on double
hang out
dates.
with couples.
Yeah, the couples that do like I don't know what's going on there, but they have to like we got to see Stan and
Sometimes they
Jessica.
get bored with themselves.
We got to see Stan and Jessica. I love them.
Yeah, or Stan and Dan.
Yeah, like I'm anti-vax. They're anti-vax. Like let's go hang out. Anyway, you can buy them a gift card, and they can take a
Right, you
a jewelry
remembered it.
class.
It's a spot. Yeah, you remembered it's a commercial
Her jewelry's
spot.
too sophisticated for anti-vaxxers. I must
Walker
let you know.
Jewelry specializes in platinum, gold, silver, special occasion jewelry. You can make your own wedding ring there, or commission Lindsay to build one for you.
And I think that's one of the coolest things she does is having people make their own wedding rings. You see the pictures that she posts on Instagram and everything. That's a big thing. Like make your own wedding ring for your partner.
Yeah,
and your partner makes yours, you know.
If you're gonna get married, like you gotta get used to doing shit together. Like it's
You know what
I
I
get
thought?
real used to it.
Here's someone asked me recently, a couple of years ago, because we were working with someone that,
We're sorry, Lindsay.
yeah. Someone was gonna kind of get a bad engagement ring from her crush, longtime girlfriend, and I was just like, man, I don't know what I would do. But then thinking about it, I think we would travel the world together, and at one of the markets, just kind of find some great vintage something or another, and that would be
what for like cheap. Is that what you're saying?
not necessarily that, but something that you would get along the experience of traveling together.
Yeah,
so
have the
whether
story.
you're in like
You could tell your
Japan
kids
or
about
India
it.
or you know what I mean, like not
what
just
I'm
like
saying,
I walked
like,
into a
Make it with each other. You
Oh,
make,
yeah.
you
Make it special.
with each other.
Make
Yeah.
it special
Tattoo each
at
other.
Walker Jewelry.
yeah
WalkerJewelry.com.
yeah she'll make
Get
you.
you-
She
Not
hand
just
makes everything.
it doesn't
there.
have to do like jewelry
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like the person that you sleep next to.
Oh
You
no,
know? Like
It could be a prelude to that.
you can give jewelry to anybody you damn well please.
as you should.
Yeah,
Buy it for your friends.
your nana. Get
Yeah.
your nana a necklace.
Get your Nana a necklace. I love that.
Mike, you have a bolo that Lindsay Walker made for you.
Lindsay Walker made me a lovely
bolo tie?
bolo.
Ladies, buy your beau a bolo.
Say that 3 times fast.
Find them at
That's-
walkerjewelry.com.
Old Hickory, Tennessee.
Nice. Back to the show.
All right, let's round it up. This is how long have we been doing this? Like 45 minutes? Too long.
An hour and 20.
What, booze news? No way.
No.
No,
Yeah,
just
take
the
your
show.
time. This is your show.
All right, boys. You ready to hear these names?
yes.
They're kind of like creepy names too. Like, tell me what they did. Bob Bath, Fred Dame, Fred Dexheimer, Drew Hendricks, Joseph Linder, Matt Stamp.
They sound like fake names from like a Adam McKay movie.
I don't know.
I was gonna say Zach Galifianakis.
I don't know what their names were before they became these names.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one name these men are not. No more.
What?
Master sommeliers.
Oh.
They have been kicked out.
Of what?
Out of,
What'd they do?
What are you talking about? Out of the guild song.
Out of the court, out of the guild.
Yeah.
Did they make bad
gonna
wine
have to talk to
or
Jody
make a
about
bad
this.
decision?
They were making some bad grabs.
Oh.
I haven't looked too far into the allegations against these 6 gentlemen,
Yeah.
but let me tell you something. There are some sommeliers out there that are fucking creepy ass dudes,
Yeah.
and I've always had my eyes on them. It's kind of vindicating to hear like some of them are getting the fuck out, and like it's been like a 2-year thing to begin with. I think like this current investigation by the Napa based what is it?
Court of Sommeliers.
Court of Sommeliers,
Yeah.
which is mostly men. I don't even think that there's a woman on the Court of Sommeliers right now. They've investigated 22 master somms.
Wow.
Disbarring 6 of them.
So what exactly did they do? What was the offense? What was
There's
the crime?
a lot of grabbery.
So
Oh.
similar to Mark Kozlik getting
Apparently,
canceled.
Like physical.
You're talking
grabbery.
actual
when
grabbery.
I started like
I thought it was like bad deal grabbery.
first of all, it's
Potential
really,
assaults.
It's really hard to get a lot of the information here.
Allegedly.
All you hear is like a lot of ass grabbing of women is common.
So literal ass grabbing.
Literal like palm.
Kenneth is
palm and
grabbing the
fingers.
air right now with his
Palm and fingers, like blatant.
He's grabbing a little booty.
Blatant grabbery has been like kind of a common thing.
That's not okay.
amongst sommeliers in the United States.
Jesus. Well, we got a
Male
sommelier to come on the
Male
show
sommeliers.
here soon, Miss Jody, who she will definitely have an opinion on that. So we will follow up on that story because
Well,
she
like,
will have
a lot
to say about that. So I look forward to that.
It is a big deal because, like, I mean, I'm talking a year ago when this stuff was starting to come out. New York Times has been writing on it the whole time. A lot of sommeliers have sent their pens back and renounced the entire organization. Like, perhaps we do not need this sort of lapel or whatever to say that we can sell or not sell wine when it puts us in harm's way in a lot of ways. Apparently, is kind of the
that's crazy.
I had out in Seattle, I had 3 lady bosses, and I was constantly getting my ass grabbed.
Yeah, I was. I think.
How did you feel? Well, yeah. How did you feel about that? Was it awkward to the point you're like, this feels like it's
really
kind of
cool.
assault?
So
They were cool.
it was all right with me. Yeah. I'm sure there's other situations where I might not have liked it, but it was great having 3 lady bosses.
When I was like,
and they were badasses, and if I had to bend down to get something was going in your ass.
when I was like 20,
Interesting.
21
Like a thumb.
years old, I had
Wow.
a general manager that was very interested in me and was very grabby. And my girlfriend at the time would laugh about it. Everyone would laugh about it, and I didn't like it. And I was really pissed that, like, the girlfriend wouldn't like be like, "Hey, aren't you fucking at least jealous? Aren't you jealous that this like lady's grabbing me and like putting me in these weird situations?" And she was like, "It's funny." She was a hoe. Like, my girlfriend was a hoe. Like, at the time, like, she fucking. All
right.
Not like they both had to go. Like, get out of my life. So I ended up having to like break up with a girl and quit a job because I was being harassed.
In a bad way, though.
Yeah, I never even really thought about it. Like, as far as like the Me Too movement, would like that was their thing. But like now, like we're 18 months and 2 years into like the definition of the movement. I'm willing to tell my story because I think everyone else has had enough time to tell theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's booze
we can
news.
follow up on that. Wow. Dropping the bomb of booze news. All right. Well, we support you, Kenneth, and your ability to tell your story.
Oh, that's fine.
And you can confide in us at any time. So was there anything on the holiday playlist that like you thought, I don't know if this is holiday. I don't know if I can throw this in there. Take us out with something.
There's a few things. One of them, I don't have to play this one, but
Play a
it was
snippet.
a little
Or is it too big?
weird.
Yeah.
So last year we had a Christmas bombing, and in a weird way,
The Christmas Day bombing downtown Nashville,
Yeah.
AT&T building.
yeah,
Yes.
almost 1 year ago. And the guy was playing Petula Clark's Downtown.
Yeah.
And, with all the different bad situations that have happened, I wanted to leave it off my Christmas playlist, but because the guy did it at such a time of day, like 5 a.m. when nobody's downtown, which is basically our busiest part of city, right where it happened, he'd kind of done it. Like, if he did it 6 hours earlier or 6 hours later, it would have, probably killed or injured dozens or hundreds of people, sort of a thing. So I think that one actually works with it. I think...
And this is going to take us out because we're about out of town.
All right.
Out of time.
I think for those of you that do like the Charlie Brown Christmas, Oscar Peterson does a great jazz album that I think if you love that chilled out Christmas jazz,
Oscar Peterson.
yeah. This is a later one for him anyways, like 1995 or mid 90s. But if you kind of like that kind of chilled out Christmas and you don't want it in your face, or you want something to lounge around to,
What's the name of the
check it out.
record?
It's called an Oscar Peterson Christmas.
Oh, shit.
And most of it is pretty good. You could... What up, Chris?
buddy.
Yeah.
We got a dog in the studio.
And
We got
another
a record
one
player in the studio.
for you guys, like if some of you like more of like the Beach Boys one, check out the Avalanches Ski Surfing from, I want to say like 63.
Oh, wow.
But if you kind of want like a really charming surf rock album that's really great, maybe you need something to round out your Beach Boys or something like that. I think there's so much good stuff out there. Just, make sure that you find stuff that you like and fills your home or your bar with stuff that you want to hear. Because there's, a lot of people that'll poo-poo on the Christmas, but there's gorgeous stuff all over the place. Whether you need something more party or something to just chill out and sip on something too. So
That's great. I love it. Thank you so
We're gonna
much.
close it down.
We're gonna post a link on our stories on Instagram at liquidgold_pod where we can link you to a Spotify playlist of Patrick Wayne the Selector, Mr. Patrick Goodspeed. Thank you so much for being here today, Patrick. Really appreciate
thanks,
it.
Patty.
My
We're
pleasure.
overdue to talk music on here.
Yeah.
And for my co-host, Mr. Kenneth Dedmon,
Oh yeah.
thank you so much for all the booze news spectacular.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
be
fun,
back
boys.
soon talking wine, holiday wines with an amazing sommelier. So don't miss out on that.
Oh yeah.
And thanks y'all for listening. If you need a little Christmas cocktail, let me tell you, here's all you need. Get a little peppermint ice cream. All right?
Yeah.
Do a cup of peppermint ice cream.
Like mint chocolate chip or
Oh,
specifically peppermint?
Either one. You could do peppermint, you could do mint chocolate chip. Either way. You could do chocolate, you could do vanilla.
Yeah.
You could also do, and this is important, 1.5 ounces Bronca Menta. All
Nice.
right, that's a Christmassy spirit. 1/4 ounce of lime juice. Get a little bit of acid in there.
Yeah.
Pinch of salt.
Nice.
Then spirit of your choice. So you could do vodka. You could do gin. You could do whiskey. I'd probably recommend whiskey. So you got your whiskey. You got your Bronca Menta. You got your peppermint ice cream. Blend that up and serve it up. Shave a little chocolate over the top, and you have Christmas in a glass.
That's great.
I love doing.
Speaking of which, Guinness just released chocolate mint stout.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Damn.
We got to
I like-
round it up.
All right, thanks y'all for listening.
Put 2 ounces of green chartreuse in a dark hot chocolate, and you got 2 ingredients together, and it's perfect.
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah.
The green chartreuse hot chocolate.
Or if you do yellow chartreuse, just put it in black coffee if you like coffee more than whatever. But green chartreuse, hot chocolate, yellow chartreuse.
Excellent.
Great idea, Pat.
Thanks y'all for coming. Thanks to producer Michael Eads. Thank you, Jess Matchin, for the logo. Our ringer, Jess Backus, will be back soon. And to our producer Michael Eads and everybody at We Own This Town, we will see you next time on Liquid Gold.
Later.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Yeah.
A big deal. Hopefully it wasn't too rushed.
It was perfect.